Hey, good morning. Just wanted to share the hangout this morning. It's a beautiful area here in Ashland, Oregon. Just hanging out here by the Ashland Creek. Just a cool area back down. As you can see, the creek kind of meanders back through these bridges and everything. Really cool. So I'm just sitting here having some coffee. Amy got me the journal you see here yesterday, so I'm getting ready to write my first post in it. Hope you're doing your planning for the year. You know what they say is you have to plan your work and then work your plan. And I think there's something else. I'm trying to remember. Plans are worthless, but planning is everything. That's something that Winston Churchill said. And I remember when the first couple times I read that and I thought about it, one of the smartest guys that performed under extreme duress in World War II, fighting against Hitler. And, when I thought about that, plans are worthless, but planning is everything. And I tried for a long time, being from Texas, we're kind of thick up here. And so we have to think about things for a little bit longer to try to imagine what was Churchill thinking about when he made that statement. And obviously I can't get into the man's mind, can't go back in time, can't ask him, what were you exactly saying there? But what it has come to mean to me after meditating on it for a long time is that the plans that you make become worthless at some point in the future. There's always that kind of anecdote that, we make our plans and God yawns. Because the Creator has different purposes for our life than what maybe we decide they are. Okay, maybe predestination or something like that. I think Churchill was probably talking about something different. Learning how to fight battles and how to win a war is something that I began studying since I was old enough to remember my dad training me. Pouring everything he had ever learned as a Marine doing reconnaissance on the demilitarized zone in Vietnam, and how they went through all of their plans and everything, but then it was actually how you performed out there under the triple canopy that determined whether you were returning to the forward operating base. And I think it is, the plans that you create are not going to come out the way you thought. But the planning process itself, the reconnaissance, the surveillance, the topography that you study, the intel that you analyze from prior missions, from GPS, from downlooking satellite, from all those things, that's what a warrior would look at before he went out into the environment where he was going to be, a small group of 7 or 8 members of a squad, potentially fighting against a much larger force that they could uncover out there. So you had to know your escape routes, you had to know the topography of how to move, where to move, when to move, and where your extraction points were. So I think how that correlates to life is that when you do your plans, life isn't going to turn out like you plan. But if you fail to plan at all, then you are planning to fail. I don't remember who said that, but it popped into my head just now. So if you fail to plan, you are in fact planning to fail. So it is not about building your New Year's resolutions and then looking back at the end of the year and going, well, it didn't come out the way I thought. No, it is the process of planning itself that puts into play the actions, the beliefs, the opinions, the objectives that you want to strive and you want to struggle for. And when you break down those bigger objectives, those goals that may take you, 5, 10 years, maybe even a lifetime of something that you want to become, so that not just leaving a legacy in this world and being worthy for the thing called life that the Creator has granted us, But I think yeah, legacy is there. I think it's about a level of worthiness of living your life so that it is not just a flagrant disregard for this incredible thing that we call life. Even with what's happened to us in 2020 last year, it changed our entire world. This place I'm sitting here right now by myself, a year ago would have been crowded with people here on the New Year's and the Shakespeare Festival and all that kind of stuff that happens here in Ashland. But we plan forward, and it is the planning process itself that opens, I think, the neural pathways in our mind. It allows us to be innovative and creative, allows us to dream first, and then, they say the difference between a dream and a goal is a dream is in the mind, and then you take the dream and you actually put it onto paper, and then it actually becomes gold. It starts manifesting. It takes reality, because when you go through it here, it comes through your hand as you're scribing it, and that starts breathing life into the dream and turning it into a goal. And if you do what is the right thing to do, is you take the goal and you break it down into tasks. What are the things that need to be done? What are the reasonable timelines that you can accomplish them inside? And what are the things that you can do today that move you in that direction? So that's one of the things that Amy and I are working on today, is our goals as a couple. What do we want to do in this year and the next coming years and stuff like that, now that we have relocated here to Oregon? What are the kinds of things that we want to do in our future? And what are the things that we want to do in this world that allows us to take the gifts and the passion that we were granted by the Creator and pay those forward so that we make that affirmative, positive impact. It's probably a little more analytical, but my mission is deliberately causing affirmative outcomes that would not have occurred otherwise. If I break that down, it's not so textbook when I put it together. It's about making a positive difference that wouldn't have occurred in this world had I not decided to put the energy, the effort, and the planning into it. And even though the plan itself may not have come out, maybe it didn't manifest exactly like I had put it on paper, the planning process itself began the unfolding of events that went in that affirmative direction. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So I apologize for being, not as articulate as I wish I could be, as poetic, I guess, as some people are. I joke a lot of times, because I'm a Texan, I'm just glad that I'm able to put two words together and they make sense sometimes. So hope you're doing your planning, taking some time to break these things down and turn your wishes and your dreams into a goal. Write them down, and then when you write them down, start breaking down, okay, if this is where I want to be in 5 years or 10 years, who I want to become in order to achieve this great goal, something that's going to really stretch you, something that's going to really be that trophy experience. Then you work backwards to, okay, what do I need to do today? What do I need to learn? What talent do I need to polish? What piece of education do I need to add to my understanding? And who is it in this world that I can affect that will continue to pass on the baton even when I'm not here? That's the kind of stuff that making your New Year's resolutions actually do more than just scribbling something on paper that's going to be discarded the moment you quit. Make it happen. Make it matter. Take care.